Just speaking of that quickly, as much as you hate Disney Plus, there's actually some really, really good behind the scenes documentary stuff on there. There's one
Right.
that I can't remember what it's called, but it's about like the props, all the props from all the like Disney films and all the classics and stuff. And the's like a guy, and he
Well, the
goes
animated
through.
ones.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some of there's
Here's this drawing we have of a chair.
but they've got like a lot of the stuff they use. They have the Jack Skeleton, like the original puppet, or is it a puppet? I don't know.
Yeah, well, an armature is the correct word. But
Yeah. And they had that, and they were talking about that, and like the history of it, and they had all this stuff from the original Mary Poppins, and they talk about it, and it's like it was really interesting. Like some of those little bits, behind the scenes bits, are really good.
I mean, I've no doubt that they are, but I refuse to believe that those weren't available already on DVD.
Yeah, probably.
And the point is, I'd rather, again, I'd prefer to spend like a couple of quid on a DVD and then own it forever, and no matter what happens, I will always have access to it, than pay £5 a month to be continued to allowed to watch it, and then have that revoked at any time. I don't know. Straight, like I don't mind Netflix and Prime, but like I would never
Slap
rely
a
on
Disney
them.
logo on it, and you'll go all over it.
Well, no, but this is streaming in general. Like I don't mind watching films on them, but I treat it as a rental service. I would never rely on them and be like, oh, I don't need this copy of this film on DVD anymore because it's on Netflix. I don't trust that.
Yeah, I don't like everything's being a subscription service now. I like owning something.
Exactly, yeah. Because that's the thing, we don't, in the olden days, we paid to own it, but now we pay to rent it with everything, really. We pay to be allowed to use it.
Yeah.
And it's also more expensive.
It is. Well, then I suppose you get access to a lot of things, though, don't you?
Yeah. Again, I treat Netflix much more close to like a rental service than anything.
Because if you compare it to Blockbuster, where you £4 or £5 a week could go and rent one thing.
Yeah.
Whereas you pay £5 a month and you get thousands of things, So it's good in that sense.
Well, I really miss Lovefilm, which is what the reason I have my colossal DVD collection is that started after Lovefilm went down. Because for £10 a month, I think it was, you could literally rent as much as you want based on how fast you can watch and return them off by post. It was free post. And they had like an absolutely enormous reserve of DVDs, like any film you could think of, no matter how obscure, they had a copy of it somewhere, which is great. And that's how I watched a lot of, like, all the sort of the classics when I was watching them. I did all through like Lovefilm, and like even Amazon, not even just Amazon Prime, but like the full like paid for version of Amazon, where you have to pay for each one. That's still the library. I think it's getting better every day or whatever, but it's still not as vast as Lovefilms. There's still stuff I can't find that I watched on Lovefilm.
I thought someone bought Lovefilm out, didn't they?
Amazon did buy it, but then Lovefilm got closed because no one does DVD by post anymore, which is stupid.
Well, is it?
Well, no, but right, it's fine. But in that case, Netflix and Prime have to have the libraries to rival it. And the problem with it as well with Netflix certainly is they're constantly rotating it, so you can't rely on things being there. But if you've got a physical library, but like we were talking about Hausu earlier, the Japanese film.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we can't find a copy anywhere. I watched that on Lovefilm. They had tons of copies of it. I rented it. £10 a month. Lovefilm was great.
Well, why don't you start your own DVD rental business and see...
With the number of DVDs I own, I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I could start charging you for borrowing my DVD.
No, can't do that.